Given all the talk we've done over the last 2 days about technology, of course, one of the issues top of mind is going to be security. And how do you protect that all-important data?
Selamat siang, hadirin sekalian. Datang ke Indonesia untuk saya seperti pulang kampung. Karena dari sini keluarga saya berasal. Untuk itu, saya cinta Indonesia seperti saya cinta Australia dan Inggris. Terlebih lagi, saya cinta Indonesia karena martabak, pempek, dan sebagainya. Returning to Indonesia is like coming home. My family is from here, and I love Indonesia the same way I love Australia and England, and I love particularly Indonesian food, and the martabak, pempek, and the siomay. So my name is Rob Morris. I am the CEO of Haventec, a Sydney-based cybersecurity software company. And I'm here today to give you one very, very important message. No matter what organisation you're from or institution you're from, if your security systems are relying on a centralised user identity solution, your business and your users are not safe. But don't worry, I'm also here to tell you about a technology that is the best in market today that will enable you to protect your business and your users. I don't know if anyone understands that computer passwords are actually over 50 years old. The first computer password was used by MIT in the mid-1960s. And digital technology has evolved such a long way. We hear some great technologies and some great businesses and applications over the past couple of days. But we're still relying on this ancient form of authentication. And statistics and reports are showing that up to 81% of data breaches are originating from the breach of a weak username and password. Even Microsoft are reporting last year up to 300% increase in account hacks online. And the cyber criminals are unregulated, highly funded, and moving much faster than we are. Additionally, we have the increasing threat or benefit, depends which way you look at it, of quantum computers. Quantum is increasingly posing a risk to all of the current security mechanisms that we're used to, and the ability to crack existing encryption is becoming easier and easier. And how long do we have? A year or two before all of the existing cryptography becomes redundant or broken. Additionally, around the world we see increasing pressure on organizations from regulatory and legislative measures that are being put in place. In Asia, we saw APEC introduce the Data Privacy Act in 2004, and many of the countries around Asia have begun to introduce data jurisdiction regulation, data privacy acts, and we see that happening in Indonesia. Particularly in Australia at the moment, we're about to see mandatory breach notification become law in the next 2 weeks. That's really going to have a transformation on how organisations have to remain aware of their own risks, the risks of the data that they're protecting, and their liabilities around that data. And I don't know if any of your businesses have any dealings with European companies, then you need to be aware of GDPR. It's a pretty significant regulation that's coming into effect, and if you have any dealing with Europe, then this will apply to you even if you're in Indonesia. All of this means that you've got increasing pressure of regulatory legislative fines, and even in some cases criminal lawsuits brought against C-suite for negligence. That's creating a sense of urgency for you to do something about this broken environment. So how do you protect yourself? There are many different ways that you can consider protecting your business and your users. And in particular today, I want to talk to you about decentralised security, because it's the decentralised security mechanisms that Haventec is bringing to market that will enable you to protect your business and your users. Haventec enables you to interact with your customers in a seamless and secure way. We protect your organisation from data breach. by removing the need for you to have a central store of critical information, we take away the motivation and the reward for the hackers to actually enter your network. And lastly, by removing these central stores of critical information, we allow you to remove complexity, layers of complexity in your security ecosystem, and ultimately that is going to save you money. So Haventec has a decentralized security technology platform. We have 6 international patents worldwide. Today I'm going to talk about Haventec Authenticate in particular, and I'm going to show you how it works. Hopefully I can make it as simple as possible, and hopefully you all understand how this technology works at the end of this presentation. We also have another product called Sanctum. Sanctum is actually a decentralized crypto vault technology which allows us to protect any kind of information, whether it be personally identifiable information, payment card or financial data, or even health data. We're able to cryptographically bundle up information and then break it apart so it's never held in one place. And if a hacker gets into your environment, there's nothing that would make sense to them, but your business is able to reconstruct that information on demand. But on to Haventec Authenticate. As I said, Authenticate is a decentralized user identity platform. It will remove the need for you to have central username and password. It will also remove the need for you to use two-factor authentication, because our foundation is stronger than all of these traditional practices. It protects against a number of the common attacks that the hackers are using to break your users' accounts. Password cracking, key logging, social engineering, farming, phishing. I'm sure you've all heard of most of those, or at least 1 or 2 of them. Our system allows the user to use a simple secret, and the secret is never actually stored and never actually transmitted. And I ask you, what's more secure? Keeping a secret in your head or storing a secret somewhere else? I think keeping your secret in your head is probably more secure than writing it down anywhere. So we allow the user to unlock their identity with this secret that's in their head, and it's never ever stored or transmitted. But I'm sure you're wondering, how can that be so secure, and how can that work? So behind that secret, we use that secret as a seed in front of a very sophisticated cryptographic algorithm that allows us to assemble a puzzle to validate the identity. And I'm going to show you now how this works. Haventec Authenticate decentralizes your access across 3 different locations. You, your brain, your device, and the Authenticate server, the organization. You have a secret in your head that is never saved or stored anywhere. Your device has an authentication secret that's locked to it and you. And on the server side, there's another secret and a lock that are related to your device and your own personal secret that's in your brain. When you enter your secret, it's immediately encrypted. And at this point, we transfer the device authentication secret and the encrypted secret from you over to Authenticate. And this is where we assemble the cryptographic puzzle by bringing these 3 pieces of information together to reassemble a key. This key allows us to unlock your identity. We've now authenticated you. You're now allowed in. At this point, we destroy everything. All of the puzzles, all of the locks, all of the keys. We create a brand new lock and a brand new key. We then reverse the process and break apart that key to make some new components for the puzzle. And at that point, we decentralize and change the authentication security behind your secret. We've decentralized your security ready for the next authentication, and Authenticate never stores the secret anywhere. The keys are changed every time, so your security is constantly evolving, and there's nothing for the hacker to steal. In fact, if a hacker wants to come and compromise the Haventec server, if they break it, it's impossible for them to steal all of your user accounts in one go. In fact, if they want to come and steal 1 million accounts, they have to hack the Haventec server. They then have to hack 1 million devices. And last of all, they've got to hack 1 million brains and get 1 million secrets out of 1 million heads. So that makes it almost impossible and so very, very expensive for the hackers try and come and breach that information. And we've now made and re-architected authentication to make it seamless and easy for the end user so that they can have one simple secret that they use everywhere for everything. You no longer have to remember many different complex passwords, having to reset your password every time because you can't remember which one you used for that account. You can use the same secret everywhere. We don't care because we change your security on every single interaction. This is one of the most secure authentication platforms in market now. Thank you very much.